of Miss Kim's story time. I am so grateful for all of our wonderful grown-ups, kiddos, and readers. You're all so loyal, and I can feel the love coming out of the camera. That's right. Well, I'm so excited about today because we are going to be debuting a brand new book. Yes, this is a book that we've never read before, and this is a book that I didn't even know existed. It is a sequel to one of my favorite books. My favorite book is called The Napping House. That's right. It's a napping house where everyone is sleeping. But not, this napping house is not a napping house today. No, indeed. There's a full moon at the napping house. That's right. Where everyone is, what, Producer Nate? Restless. That's right. Everyone in this house is restless. They're not sleeping. They're not napping. They are restless, which means they're asleep or they're awake, Nate?
Awake?
They are definitely awake. They are wide awake. That's exactly right. And all the same characters. We've got our grandma. We've got our boy. We've got our dog. We've got our cat. We've got our mouse. We've got all of the same characters from The Napping House. But this time it's like I said, there's not a napping house here. There's a full moon over the napping house where everyone is what? Restless. That's right. And so, without further ado, let's bring on over my sidekick, my assistant, my son, my camera guy, my tech guy, my everything. That's right. Producer Nate, right here. Thank you so much for everything that you do, Producer Nate, because I could not do this without my sidekick. That's right. Well, this is a story called Full Moon at the Napping House. A moon. Do you remember this one, Nate? Oh, the moon looks good to me. And when I see the moon on any night, it's such a pretty sight. It gives us such a glowy light. You kind of remembered that. The moon looks good to me. The moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. The moon. Hi, Charlie. Thank you for joining us. All right. Well, without further ado, we need to let Storytime Magic into this room. Producer Nate, will you do the honors? Let's do this. Charlie, will you sing along? Did you bring your singing voices? Did you bring your jazz hands? Did you bring your listening ears? Click those eyes in. That's right. And here we go. Let's let Storytime Magic into this room. And a one, and a two, and a three. It is story time right now. Yay, story time. Yay, story time. Yay, it is story time right now. Yay, let's read our books. We're only going to read one of those books because we already read Napping House a while ago. So now we're going to read its sequel. It's part 2, if you will. That's right. Well, this is a story called The Full Moon at the Napping House.
The second act.
The second act, exactly right, Mint. And here, as you see on our cover, we see our granny, and we see our boy, and we see our dog, and we see our cat. But are they napping, or are they restless? I do believe that they are restless. This is a story by Audrey Wood, one of my favorite authors. She did what? The author writes the book. The author writes the book. Hi-ho, librario, the author writes the book. And her husband, Don Wood, he was the illustrator. So this married couple worked as a team. And what does an illustrator do? The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures. Hi-ho, librario, the illustrator draws the pictures. Full moon at the napping mouse? At the napping
Blouse.
no, it's the full moon.
The napping clouds.
Right? All right. There is a house. A full moon house where everyone is restless. Which means they are not napping. They are wide awake. And in that house, there was a bed. A wide awake bed. And a full moon house where everyone is restless. So we have our child who's still awake, doggy's still awake, granny's still awake, the cat's still awake. Everyone is restless, which means they are not resting. They are without of the rest, right? That's right. And in that bed,
There is a granny. A sleepless granny.
in a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless. That's right. But it looks like Granny's climbing into that bed. Maybe she's getting ready to get a little shut-eye.
And with that granny, there is a child. A fidgety child. With a sleepless granny.
In a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless. That's right. Look at that full moon. You can see it right through the window. Full moons are very glowy, aren't they? Yes.
And with that child, there is a dog. A playful dog. And with a fidgety child. With a sleepless granny.
In a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless. That's right. But it looks like this restless child and the playful dog, what are they doing? They're playing. They are without rest.
And with that dog, there is a cat. A prowling cat. With a playful dog. With a fidgety child. With a sleepless granny.
In a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless. And everyone's starting to come over to the bed.
And with that cat, there is a mouse.
Where is that mouse? Oh, there it is. Do you see the mouse right by the window?
A worried mouse. With a prowling cat. With a playful dog. With a fidgety child. With a sleepless granny.
In a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless.
Until a chirping cricket sings his song to a worried mouse and the prowling cat and the playful dog and the fidgety child and the sleepless granny.
In a wide awake bed, in a full moon house where everyone is restless. That means without sleep, without rest. Excuse me, a full moon song that soothes the mouse. Squeak, squeak.
Who calms the cat.
Meow.
Who gentles the dog.
That's what Charlie does.
She also does
Just a chittery chattery Charlie.
she also goes like
The puppy snorts. Yeah.
while she's sleeping.
While she's
It's
sleeping.
called dreams.
That's right. Doggy dreams.
Who snuggles the boy.
Aww. I love
That
doggy
is
snuggles.
adorable.
That's the best.
It's adorable. Who hugs the granny.
Aww. And looks like they took in a bedtime story. That's a great way to find your rest. In the dreamy bed. Look, everyone's settling in. In the full moon house. Where no one now is restless. Yay! Everybody's ready to be cozied and hunker down and get some good night's sleeps, which is so important. That's what good body parents do. Oh my goodness. Look at producer Nate. He he's being a good body parent because he's getting those good sleeps. I always say a good body parent has their grow food, eats grow food, drinks lots of water, exercises their body, and gets lots of good sleeps. That's right. Well, oh my goodness, can you believe it is time for us to say goodbye to all of our friends. But first, let's thank producer Nate. You're the best, producer Nate. He is going to not so, well, maybe quite so restlessly go on over to his special spot and help us with our camera work as we all break out our waves and say adios to all of our amigos. And a one, and a two, and a three. Goodbye, grown-ups. It was so awesome just to see you, kiddos. We're so happy you joined us, readers. We're glad you came to read. Yay! All right, well, thank you, all of our loyal viewers for joining us yet again for a live stream on Facebook of Miss Kim's Storytime. But if you ever miss a live stream on Facebook on Wednesdays at 1:30, what is your solution? What could you do? What could you do, Producer Nate?
YouTube!
YouTube! We have our own YouTube channel that Producer Nate has created and produced and continue to nurture just like a little baby. And it's got so many videos, over 100 of them, of so many different books that we've read since the shutdown back in March 2020. So check it out. I hope to see you over there. And in the meantime, can you believe that? It's been a year.
More than
Over a year that we've been doing this.
a year and 2 months.
That's right. That's why we did that wonderful celebration of our 100th video, as also our year of consistent production.
Wait,
So, anyway.
our 100th video was the...
Now we did that way back. I'll remind you later, or go check it out on YouTube. It's right there. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and I hope to see you next week. We are going to continue our journey with Audrey Wood's stories that I've gotten from the library. And I'm not sure which next one we're going to do, but I promise you it's going to be by one of my favorite authors, Audrey Wood. So I hope to see you next time. Well, I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and positive. And know that you are needed. You are important. And you are absolutely loved. Take care. Have a great week.